Hello, kindergartners, and good morning. Welcome to Kindergarten Today. Hey there, hi there, ho there. I'm so glad that you're here joining us, following along, and tuning in for another great day of online learning, kindergarten style. I didn't know where I was going there. Okay, so welcome to your reading block, our first thing that we do every morning. I really hope you're watching these videos because I guess otherwise I'm just making them for myself. But no, because we learn so many new skills and new things and stories and things like that. And yeah, then like the work that I'm assigning makes sense, you know? It all just goes together. So before we start with our reading for the week, we're talking about our theme for the week, which I believe, I'm gonna have to double check, but I believe our theme this week is shapes. Using shapes. So this week we're talking about using shapes. But before we can get to that, we're going to start with our phonemic awareness, which, like I've mentioned, is going to help us with our test, which is this week. So here we go. Ready? I will say some sounds. You will blend the sounds to figure out the word. I'll do the first one. Listen. Egg. When I blend e and g together, I get the word egg. Okay? Your turn. Ready? At. At. When we blend a and t together, we get at. Wonderful. G-o. G-o. When we blend g and o together, we get go. S-it. Listen. S-it. When we blend s-it together, we get sit. D-ot. D-ot. When we blend d-ot together, we get dot. Last one. Oops, sorry. Whoops, scratch that. I'm like looking at a picture but trying to say a word. Blah. Actually, let's do a couple of more. Okay, ready? K-at. K-at. When I blend k-at together, I get cat. Right? Let's try another one. P-ig. P-ig. When I blend p-ig together, that makes pig. Fish. Fish. When we blend fish together, that makes fish. Pot. Pot. When we blend pot together, that makes pot. S-n. S-n. When we blend those sounds together, it makes sun. Very good. Say, I can blend sounds to make words. Did we do our job? Yes, we did. That's right. Kiss your brains. Okay. We're also going to do a little bit of first sound practice. So that's just saying the first sound that you hear, just like we've been doing for a long time now. So I'm going to say a word and you just tell me the very first sound. That's it. Just the first sound. Like stop yourself before you say the rest of the word because I just want the first sound. Okay? Ready? First sound in egg. Eh. Very good. At. Ah. Go. G. You just have to say the sound one time. Sit. S. Dot. D. 10. T. Pit. P. Mouse. Cat. Pig. Fish. Bed. Man. Rat. Pot. Very good. And, oops, did I say cat? And sun. Yay! Say I can identify the first sound in a word. Woo! I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Okay. Are we ready for our story of the day? Let's make sure I have enough time. I don't want to be interrupted in the middle of my fantastic reading. Okay. As I mentioned, this week we're talking about using shapes. Shapes are like circles, squares, triangles, and they're all around us. We can see shapes if we look for them. Artists use shapes in their pictures just like we use shapes when we're drawing, right? I mean, well, we are artists. Shapes are formed with lines, and we will be reading about characters who create with lines and shapes. So, today's story, we have David's Drawings. Ooh, that was smooth. Okay. So that is the title. The title is the name of the book, and it tells us what the story is about. That's right. And it says Story and Pictures by Katherine Falwell. So what did Katherine Falwell do? It says Story and Pictures by, so she wrote the story and she drew the pictures. That's a lot of talent to do both, you know? And then this we have front cover, back cover, spine. Spine of the book helps keep, you know, the book together. And then inside we have the title page. David's Drawings. So it looks like maybe this is our character, David. He's here all by himself. There's somebody waving, goodbye, David. There's a cute little snowman. And there's all the friends. I wonder what our story could be about. One gray winter day, David saw a beautiful tree. So who is our character, David? Like I said before, the boy, right? The boy kind of lagging behind. And what is he looking at? A beautiful tree, right? Do you think the tree is beautiful? Why or why not? Why do you think it's beautiful, or why do you not think it's beautiful? Maybe it's beautiful because it's empty and you can see all the beautiful branches, or maybe it's not beautiful because it's empty and there's no greenery, if you will. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. When he got to school, David took off his boots and hung up his jacket. He found a pencil and a fresh piece of paper. What a crazy time, you know, to live in a place where it snows, that you have to bring snow boots and your regular shoes. I can't even imagine. Like, where do you have space for all this extra clothes? I don't know. So where is David? David is at school, right? Oh dear. There's one adjustment I just couldn't. Okay. And how do we know? because the story said that he just got to school, but also we could look at the picture, and what does the picture show us? Yeah, that there's lots of supplies, there's pencils, there's books, there's shelves, there's lots of coats and boots, right? David thought for a moment. Then he made a drawing of the tree he had seen. So there's David just drawing away, and there's his drawing, and everybody else is just kind of like hanging out, saying, "What's up, Buttercup? What's going on?" So what did David do when he got to school? He put his coat away, he got a piece of paper, and now he's drawing the tree that he saw, right? "Nice tree," said Amanda, "but it needs color." David got some crayons and he made the tree brown. Amanda smiled. "Some grass, too," she said. David handed her a green crayon. "Here, you can make some," he said shyly. Amanda colored green grass under the tree. So what is David doing? He's drawing and coloring. And Amanda, what's she doing? She's telling him to add some details to his picture. And he's like, "Why don't you help me?" So he made the tree brown, which is realistic because that's what it looked like. And he's putting some grass under it. "That tree needs leaves," Ryan said. David looked at his drawing and then began to add leaves. He let Ryan add a few more. "Look," said Jamal, "I have these cool stickers. May I put some on the picture?" "Sure," said David. So what is happening in our story? Yeah, everyone's adding things to his drawing. What have they added so far? They've added grass, they've added leaves, they've added stickers. "I know, it needs a person, like me," Laurel said. She grinned and drew a girl. "It needs a boy, too," said Carlos. "Okay," said David. Carlos drew a boy with an orange shirt. So how is the author and illustrator using words and pictures to tell the story? Because in the words, she's telling us what the kids are adding, right? And in the picture, she's showing us. The picture at the top of the page shows how David's drawing looks once they're adding those things to the paper. So when Laurel says it needs a person like me, what does she add to the picture? She adds a girl. And what does Carlos add to the picture? A boy. Sorry. How does David respond when the children want to add to his drawing? He's like, "Okay, yeah, go ahead." And so he lets them do it, which is very kind. Kira quickly added a row of fluffy clouds. Brandon drew a cat and a dog. Thea added a smiling turtle. "Birds would look nice," said Lee May. She drew 2 flying in the sky. "It needs a rainbow, too," said Rosie. She set to work with a fistful of colors. Wow. So what's happening in our story? More children, yep, they're adding more things to his drawing, right? And everyone's adding something different. So we can see the picture right up there in the corner. How do you think they feel about his drawing? They like it, right? And they thought it was fun to make together. Right? The bell rang for class, just like it just happened to us. If only the timing could have been planned a little bit better. "That was fun," said Ryan. "We made a great picture," said Kira. "See See you at recess, David. Oh, see you at recess, David? Asked Amanda. Sure, David agreed. So they all liked making that picture together. They all had fun. At the end of the day, David looked at the picture again. Then he wrote "Our class picture" neatly on the bottom and hung it on the bulletin board. Aw, look at that picture. Why did he write "our class picture"? Maybe because it was something that the whole class did together, right? David walked home from school. On the way, he saw the beautiful tree. So what does David see on the way home from school? He sees the beautiful tree, right, that he drew. When he got home, David took off his boots and hung up his jacket. He found a pencil and a fresh piece of paper. David thought for a moment. Then he made a drawing of the tree he had seen. So what does David do when he gets home from school? He gets a pencil and paper and he starts to draw a tree. It's kind of like what happened at the beginning of the story, right? When he did that at school, when he got to school, and now he's doing it when he gets home. David's sister came over to the table. "Nice drawing," she said, "but it needs something." David looked up. His sister smiled. "It needs..." What do we think his sister thinks that it needs? Like, what could his drawing need? What is she gonna do? Let's find out. "To hang on your wall." "I think so too," said David. Then he wrote "my drawing" neatly on the bottom and hung the picture right above his bed. So David's sister thought that he needed to hang it up. That is not what I expected. I thought maybe she's going to add something. And here he is, my drawing. Why do we think that he drew the picture again? Because he just liked it so much. He thought it was so beautiful, right? And then the class kind of added to his picture, and maybe he was like, I mean, that's cool, but like, I still want the picture of the tree. You know? So that's a good compromise, to just make two. One for the class, one for you. That's called problem solving, my friends. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed your story. We'll see, we might have a seesaw activity go along with it, but hang in there because we are going to talk about our letter of the week in just a moment. All right, friends, it is time to talk about our letter of the week. This week we have a brand new letter. Let's see if I can get... Nope, so sorry. I was saying, let's see if we can get through this without any interruptions. And we couldn't. So here we are. Anyways, we're talking about our brand new letter of the week, the letter G. This is a very confusing letter because G makes you want to say J, but G makes the G sound. G, G, goose. G, G, gorilla. Okay, so we're going to read our letter G story. What do we have here that starts with the letter G? A garden. That's right. G, G, garden. Not J, it's G. Okay, the garden gate. Through the garden, through the gate and into the garden, the goat got loose. She gobbled up the garbage, then chased the goose. Here we go. Garden. Gate. Goat. Gas. Geese. Game. Guitar. And gopher. Or groundhog. How about that? All right, so G makes the G sound. Let's write an uppercase G in the air, right? Write a lowercase G in the air. Sounds like someone's gonna come in any second. Write an uppercase G on the palm of your hand and a lowercase G. Write an uppercase G on your table or your knee and a lowercase G. Very good, because G says G, G. Think of gorilla or goose, right? We don't say juice or gorilla. We say gorilla and goose, right? Silly goose. All right, so you can go ahead and get started with your seesaw assignment. Don't forget G, 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 G. And I will see you later. Bye.